The following has been developed by state and provincial agencies in association with
the Agency for Instructional Television.
Together, serving education.
Listen!
What?
You can't hear me because you have those earphones on!
I can't hear you because I have these earphones on.
Right. Listen, I just came to tell you...
Boy, these earphones are great. You can keep them on your head and keep your hands free for more important things.
I just came to tell you that you won the guess the number of the jelly beans in the bowl contest at the mall. But you have to be there in 5 minutes to claim the prize. Otherwise, they give it to someone else.
Did she say... Nah, couldn't be. I never win anything.
Well, you would have won this time if you'd been actively listening. Active listening. Now, that may sound like a strange combination of words. Active means that you're doing something, and listening means that you're just, well, listening. But there are two kinds of listening. Now, we can call one kind passive listening. For instance, when you're listening to music while you do your homework or while lying out on the beach. You're listening, to be sure, but it's only half listening. Active listening is a different story. As the term suggests, active listening requires that you do something. And if you don't, well, let's listen.
Did you want to see me, Miss Dockstedder?
Oh, yes. I have to leave right away. Would you give Mr. Harrison a message for me?
Mr. Harrison is the school principal.
Would you tell him that the bowling team will not be going to Wrightwood this weekend because it's snowing, and I'm afraid the roads will be closed?
Sure, I can tell him.
Thank you.
Okay, so far, let's see what happens.
Joyce!
What?
Rita's at your locker. She says you have her math book. And her mom's in the parking lot.
Oh, my gosh, would you do me a favor? Go to the office and tell me...
I'm on my way to pep squad practice. I gotta go.
Come on, it'll just take a second. Go
I
tell
thought you
Mr.
knew your combination.
Who?
Rita!
Anyway, about the snow in the bowling club. Miss Dockstedder is afraid they'll get trapped.
He said W.C. Fields' movie last night. He walked right in and he goes,
"Tain't fit not out for man nor beast."
and the snow hit him right in the face. But it wasn't snow, it was cornflakes.
What?
Cornflakes. They used cornflakes in place of snow. It looked like snow, though.
Oh, yeah. You'll tell Mr. Harrison, won't you?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Okay. Time.
Ow!
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your foot.
It's okay. I always step on the bottom anyway. Hey, but you can do a favor for me.
Is it hard?
No. Just go down to Mr. Harrison's office and...
Okay.
No, wait, there's more. Let me see. W.C. Fields got hit in the face with... cornflakes, that's it.
Cornflakes. Okay.
No, they're not cornflakes. Cornflakes? Snow, yeah. The bowling club's going to the snow.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, Ricky. What a guy.
Come in. Yes.
Oh, I was supposed to give you a message. The bowling club is in the mountains and they need cornflakes. No, the bowling club is in the mountains and they don't need cornflakes. Does the name W.C. Fields ring a bell?
Is he a student here?
By the time Miss Dockstedder's message reached Mr. Harrison, it had little to do with what was originally told to Joyce. The interesting thing is, however, everybody was listening. Sort of. It was the type of listening that was going on that caused the problem. Now, just by watching, you can probably figure out some of the things that needed to happen to improve the listening. We've already mentioned the first one, pay attention. Paying attention also means looking at and not interrupting the person who's speaking. If you're unsure of something, ask questions. That way you can make sure you've gotten the message straight. Restate the message in your own words as you understand it. This allows the other person to double check to make sure that the message has gotten through and is understood. Now, we just saw how incorrect listening creates communication problems, and it was kind of funny. But sometimes the situations created by poor listening are not funny at all.
There's a reason you're not communicating, you're not opening up with me, you're not being yourself with me anymore.
Have you ever thought about what that reason
Okay,
might
Mike,
be?
again, let Lori finish.
Okay, all right.
We go through this all the time. Mike.
Yes, that's true. We do.
Mike, I just feel like there's a
Oftentimes, when communication breaks down between people, the breakdown is caused by people no longer listening to one another.
Okay, don't add any more information, because you still want Mike to understand what you said initially. So he didn't hear you the first time. So what you want to do is
Linda Heinz is a professional family counselor. People, like this young couple, come to her when they're having problems with their relationships.
And I don't know why, and I don't know what went wrong or what happened.
I find that most people will have a problem or experience a certain amount of pain in a relationship, and it's coming. The reason behind it is the other person is not understanding or not hearing the person's complaint. They're not listening.
She wants to talk about maybe 5 things at once, and I like to stay on one subject.
I try to have the person state the problem, and then usually it's the person in the most pain, and then their spouse or mate will respond by restating what they've heard, or at least what they think they've heard. And then that person has the chance to say, yes, you've heard me correctly, yes, you understand me. And then, without having them interrupt. In other words, it's important for Lori, in this case, to be able to complete her statement before Mike could respond.
And I don't know what to do about it anymore, because every time I approach him with a problem or a fear or a need that I have or something, it's like it doesn't matter. If he's talking about something like the car needs to be fixed or a bill needs to be paid, he's more than willing to talk to me. But I don't know, I just feel like he doesn't want to be close to me. He doesn't want to hear what I have to say anymore.
Okay, Mike, what I'd like you to do is respond to Lori's statement, and so she knows that you heard her. In other words, repeat what she said.
Well, she feels that at first everything was open and loving, and when she had a problem, I'd listen.
If I can just get people to listen to each other without attacking or without interrupting, then I find that the communication begins to open up and they can solve their own problems.
You can probably understand why knowing the rules for active listening can be important in a situation like this. But actually, it's important to know the rules and have them tucked away in the back of your head, ready to use at a moment's notice. Active listening can come in very handy when you least expect it. Maybe when you're just sitting around at home, in your room, not doing anything in particular.
Hello, Stevens residence.
Is this the lady of the house?
One of them, yes.
Well, I'm calling to inform you that your name has been selected at random by our computer, and you may be the grand prize winner of our $50,000 sweepstakes. Hello? Hello?
I just fainted, but I'm all right now. What was that about $50,000?
Well, that's right. The most important thing now is to make sure you are eligible.
Well, what do I have to do?
Well, the sweepstakes is sponsored by the Bargain Record Club. To be eligible to receive your prize, you must be a member of the club. I can sign you up right now.
What are the odds of winning?
Well, I can tell you this. You are a prize winner.
What?
Well, that's why it's so important for you to be eligible. Now, by joining the record club, you agree to buy 25 albums over the next 3 years.
Gee, that could run into a lot of money.
Well, not when you compare it to the $50,000 grand prize you may win.
May win? Didn't you just tell me that I was a winner of $50,000?
Well, you are a winner.
I didn't hear the magic words. Dollars, as in 50,000. Am I a grand prize winner?
Well, we are giving away other deluxe prizes, too.
And what are they, pray tell?
Yo-yos.
You expect me to sign my life away so I can win a free yo-yo?
They're great yo-yos.
No, I'm sorry. I have two brothers. I don't need any more yo-yos around the house. Bye.
You know, when people know how to listen, it makes my job really tough.
And that's just the point. Of course, we would all listen well if we thought we'd just won $50,000, but by paying attention and asking questions, Darlene was able to get at the truth of the matter. If she hadn't, she might have found herself with a free yo-yo and 25 record albums to pay for, and she would have probably wound up in a lot of trouble with her parents. Speaking of getting into trouble, what about that little message concerning the bowling club and the snow?
Joyce!
Here's a good place to plug in active listening. Instead of all that interrupting, let's assume that Sally uses good active listening rules.
Parking lot.
Oh my gosh, would you go to the office?
I was on my way to pet squad practice.
It'll just take a second. Tell Mr. Harrison that the bowling club won't be going to Wrightwood because it's snowing.
What's wrong with the snow?
Mrs.Dockstedder is afraid the roads will be closed.
Oh, the roads will be closed. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so far, Sally didn't interrupt, and she asked a question to clarify the message.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your foot.
it's okay. I only step on the bottoms anyway. Hey, but you can do a favor for me.
Is it hard?
No. Tell Mr. Harrison the bowling club won't be going to Wrightwood because Miss Dockstedder is afraid the roads will be closed.
Okay, they won't be going to Wrightwood because they're afraid that there's going to be some kind of road construction and they'll be trapped.
Not road construction, snow. She's afraid that it will snow and the roads will close.
Oh, gotcha. They won't be going because it's snowing and the roads might be closed.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think the message is going to get through in good shape now.
Well, maybe, but I think it was funnier the other way.
Well, you can't have everything. At least the message didn't get all scrambled up, and it's pretty easy to see why. Active listening made the difference. Remember the rules? Pay attention to the person who's speaking. Avoid interrupting. If you're confused or unsure about something, ask questions. That's the easiest way to clear things up. Restate the message as you understand it. This gives the other person a chance to double-check to make sure you really got the message. They're good rules, and they're fairly easy to remember. And here's something else that's easy to remember. You hardly ever hear of someone getting into trouble for listening too well.
This series was produced by the Tom Eberhart Company through the facilities of KRMA and KOCE-TV under the supervision of the Agency for Instructional Television.